Look, I know that Guardian Games ended, like, a week ago, but can we be so real with ourselves? It was decided before it even started. Because this fucking thing exists. Today, we are talking about the Storms Keep build. Pop open that subclass. For aspects, obviously we're slotting in Storm's Keep as our build around. And we're also throwing on Touch of Thunder for more grenade spam. And the other arc aspects are not good. For our fragments, we're rocking Spark of Resistance, since the damage resist is free in high tier content. Momentum gets Bolt Charge going in the rare situations that you can't just sit behind your barricade. Spark of Ions is free traces, since we're going to be killing stuff with Bolt Charge basically all the time. And Amplitude, since we're basically amplified all the time, and there's basically no downside. For our abilities, we're obviously rocking Rally Barricade, since powering Barricade requires you to do this weird jiggle peak thing to get the benefits, and Thruster doesn't give us sustained Bolt Charge, so it's bad. I'm personally on Thunderclap, but any of the arc melee abilities are fine, I guess. Listen, we have to pick one of them. Our grenade is Storm Grenade, because we need to use one of the 4 grenades enhanced by Touch of Thunder, and of those, Storm Grenade is my favorite. Feel free to use something else, though. Our super is, of course, Thunder Crash with the Legalized Nuclear Bombs chestplate, and by that I mean Falling Star. I don't call it Queerest anymore, because Chili bullies me for the way that I say it. I did not say Queerest, I said
You did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Queerest of the Falling Star.
It's Curious.
Queeress.
For our stats, we're obviously cranking Rezel to the max, and we're pretty free after that, since our relevant cooldown is our class ability, which is already maxed out with tier 10 Rezel. I opted for High Discipline next. Unfortunately for me, my Titan armor is very bad. So I don't really have the greatest numbers to work with. If I had better armor, I would max out Discipline and put the rest of my points into Recovery, but you know. Listen, I have 400 hours in this game, and most of those are not on Titan. I am working with what I have here. Let's start talking about our mods. In the head armor, we are rocking a Double Finder and Elemental Siphon setup that I have since tried and loved, since I'm not running any reserve mods. We're going for Double Bolstering Detonation for even more cooldown with our grenades, as well as firepower for some orb generation. In the chest, we're rocking the Double Resist setup. Unfortunately, with the way my armor dropped, I need to be running Rezel mods to hit tier 10, and that means I don't have enough energy for a standard triple resist setup, unless I want to do triple elemental resist. In our leg armor, we're tossing on Double Innervation for even more grenade cooldown, and Absolution for more everything cooldown. And triple stacking Innervation just wouldn't be that great because of the diminishing returns. In our class item, we're going to be rocking Distribution, since we're using our Barricade a lot, and Reaper for the exact same reason. And, of course, this fucking thing. Next up, we're diving into the artifact. Champion mods. Yep. Overclock and load. Again. Bolt Charge is goated. What do you want from me? We're also scooping up Volatile Marksman because we're using a Void weapon already. But more on that later. We're also rocking Dielectric for even more Bolt Charge shenanigans, and Photonic Flare for the occasional Blinding Burst. Wow, that's really hard to say. Dreadful Finisher, which is what is currently happening to the United States economy. Repeat on US economy jokes in these videos. We're also rocking Maligned Harvest for even more volatile craziness, and Flashover to round out our Bolt Charge package. In our final column, we're locking Particle Reconstruction, though feel free to use something else if you're not on a linear fusion rifle for some reason, and I think you need a pretty good one to not be. After that, we're yoinking Void Flux to round out our Void Weapon package. You'll notice a distinct lack of defib in this build, and that's because it's just overkill in terms of Bolt Charge, since we're already generating a metric assload of that, especially with our weaponry. Speaking of which, Let's talk about the lemon. Le Monarch, which I will refer to as Lemon for the rest of this segment, is absolutely absurd with Storm's Cape. This is because of the way that Bolt Charge generates off of weapon damage. While you have any amount of Bolt Charge, doing damage with a weapon generates additional stacks. These stacks are based off the magazine size of your weapon to keep things fairly balanced between many different weapon types. Lemon has a magazine size of 1. However, the poison that is generated from Lemon also counts as weapon damage for the purpose of generating Bolt Charge. And since Lemon's magazine size is 1, it generates a fuckload of Bolt Charge. There is a very slight problem with this. I don't have Lemon. In my 400 hours of playing this game so far, I have not once thought to buy Lemon from the exotic archive. I also don't have a cipher, nor the ability to easily get one. The rest of this footage is done with Gravlance, though if you do have Lemon, use that instead. The build is as follows. Step 1, throw down barricade. Step 2, shoot gun. Yeah, that's it. This is another one of those builds where you do like one thing and that's about it. I tried to write more to say here for like 30 minutes. I guess like save your Bolt Charge for big targets if you really want to optimize, but honestly, you don't even need to do that. So how does it perform? Well, Striker Titans are literally meta. After having been the worst subclass for years, this is quite literally the only thing I ever run on Titan outside of ye old Hammer Down. I would take this build literally anywhere, and there is one exception to that rule, and that is if you are in a raid or dungeon, and nobody is running particle reconstruction, and you don't already have a weaken. But if you just run particle reconstruction and throw on Queenbreaker, you suddenly no longer have this problem. Like, I really want to say more about this build, but I cannot think of a single place it does not perform. If you have more than one Striker Titan, note that stacking barriers does work exactly the way that you want it to increase the amount of Bolt Charge you get. So, also do that. Hunters, hang tight. We are getting you your second build next week, since I know you want to delete things from existence. So, stick around for that. We're almost at the end of the video, so I have to do my obligatory self-promo for our Destiny clan and our Discord server. Links to both of those things in the description. Alright, we're done electrocuting stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.